Hi, my username is Regan Remy. Um, Chris Stuckman did a video about his horrible movie experiences and asked us what ours were. And I tried typing it in the comment section, but it was a little too long to fit in it, so I figured I might as well just make a video response telling you of the worst movie experience that I have ever had. So I used to work at a movie tavern, which is like a dinner and a movie restaurant. The seats are really nice, like you can have dinner while you're watching the movie. If you're old enough and don't work there, you can also have a drink, like an alcoholic beverage, while you're watching the movie. So we went to go see, what was it? I think it was Avengers. And every time I go there, I go and get my own sodas because I do a half and half, and I get him his soda. So I go get the sodas, and I'm coming back to the theater, and someone slams the door open and knocks not his soda, but my soda out of my hand and all over me. So I walk his soda up to him, tell him what happened, that I have to go get another soda. But before I do that, I have to go to the bathroom and wash myself off. I now have a forced smile because I know that I'm going to be sticky all night because of this soda, and it was already like a hassle getting to the theater and getting our tickets because my managers didn't like me, and I could already tell it was going to be a bad night. So I'm washing myself off, and I go back to get my second soda, and my coworkers are talking about me in the kitchen. Now, Movie Tavern has two different drink stations. There's one in the front, and there's one in the back by the theaters. So that, like, you can ask them for refills and stuff like that while you're in the theater, and they don't have to go all the way to the front. So I'm going in, getting another drink, and the girls are talking about me, and I'm like, okay, whatever, you guys are just being freaking catty. So I get my soda, and I return to the movie theater. And because it's a popular movie, we're in one of the bigger theaters. I come, I sit down, I order my food. I always get chicken because I don't eat red meat. And I usually get like the honey barbecue boneless wings. Our food comes, and my food is cold. Of course. Everything. The fries, the wings, everything is cold. His is perfectly fine. Mine is cold. So I'm like, okay, like, I eat as much of him as I can, and then I'm like, okay, not really feeling it. Towards, like, the end of the, no, it wasn't really the end, it was more of the middle. Towards the middle of the commercials, I'm like, okay, I probably should eat this, because I don't want to get hungry through the middle of the movie. So I'm finishing eating my chicken, and there's a bone in my boneless chicken wings. There's a bone in it. So I'm like, well, great. They copped the meal, whatever. Towards the end of the commercials, this guy comes, moves from the seat that he was sitting at to come sit right next to me. There's a few open seats, okay? It's not like it's jam-packed like everyone was there, because it was a later showing. There was seats, a few seats away from us that he could sit in. He decides to sit right next to me. Boyfriend is here. My boyfriend's a pretty big guy. He sits right here. And he tries having a conversation with me, like when the freaking commercials are about to end. And we look at him and we're like, I'm just like, this is not happening right now. Like, really, you're gonna sit right there and try talking to me when my boyfriend is right here. And I'm just like ignoring him. I'm like, no, no, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. And my boyfriend is like, yo, dude, can you leave her alone? She's clearly not wanting to talk to you. And he's like, oh, you're gonna be like that. Like, I did not invite you to sit next to me. I don't want you sitting next to me. Do not sit next to me. I want to watch my movie with my boyfriend. I don't want some creepy ass dude sitting next to me that I don't know you. I don't know you. I didn't invite you to sit with us. I didn't wave at you to come sit with us. You got out of your seat in front of us, a few rows in front of us, to get up and move to sit next to me. I don't know. So, the movie's supposed to start, and it gets to a point, and the movie just skips, and skips, and skips, and skips, and skips, until it eventually freezes. So we're like, really? Really? Of all nights, you're gonna freeze and not work tonight? Really? So they're like, we apologize, everyone. We're just going to move you to another auditorium so you can watch it there. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I get up and I hurry out of the freaking auditorium that we're in and to the one that I knew that they were going to send us into, because there's only 2 big theaters in Movie Tavern and they're right across from each other. So I hurry over to the other theater and find my perfect spot. I put his drink down on one side and I put my drink down the other side, and I put my purse down next to me in the other seat. So my boyfriend, me, my purse. My boyfriend finds me, obviously because I'm the first one in the theater and he's like the second or fourth or whatever, and comes up and sits next to me, and we see the guy looking up at us like he's gonna come sit next to me, and I'm just looking straight ahead. I'm like, don't do it. Please don't do it. Like, I will seriously deck you out if you come and sit next to me again. I swear to God I will. I'm just not having it tonight. Oh, I just was not having it. I just wasn't. And he's climbing up the steps, and my boyfriend just looks at him and was like, dude, don't. That's all he said was, dude, don't. And the guy turned back around and went to the row right in front of us with another couple right in front of us, and didn't sit on the guy's side, he sat on the girl's side and started talking to her. And I was just like, wow, you are really creepy. No one wants that. So I was like, hun, watch my purse for me for a second. I brought my umbrella with me because it was supposed to rain. I picked up my umbrella. No, I picked up my umbrella and put it on the seat so that he couldn't take that seat while I was away. And I picked up my purse, and I walked out of the theater, and I went right to a manager, and I was like, there's a guy in this theater. You need to get him out of here, because he's just creepy. And I explained to her what happened in the theater, and she was like, yeah, that's kind of weird. We're going to get him out of there because we don't want people feeling uncomfortable. And I was like, and if I feel uncomfortable and I'm used to these people because I work here, I know that she's probably feeling really uncomfortable right now. So I came back up and sat down next to my boyfriend. He sees this, and the manager comes up right after me and asks him nicely to leave. He's like, oh, am I going to get a refund? Like, I paid for this. Am I going to get a refund? And they'll be like, yes, you will get a full refund. We would just like you to please leave the theater because you are making people uncomfortable. And he looks back at me and he was like, wow, someone really can't handle their self-esteem. Like, what does it have to do with my self-esteem? You're making me uncomfortable, and you're probably making her uncomfortable. So, yeah, I got you kicked out of the theater because you're freaking creepy. How about you come to the theater with somebody, or you not sit next to couples on the girl's side? Like, that's weird. Okay, like, that's really weird. And the night's not over yet. This was just before the movie began. So because of the complications, everyone got free refills on their drinks. Which doesn't really help us any because we already had free drinks, but whatever. My boyfriend had an alcoholic drink, so he got a free refill on that, but whatever. So we're finally getting ready to watch the movie. And right behind us is a I'm going to say this as nicely as I can. I am not racist. I have black friends, Asian friends, Mexican friends. Like, I don't care who you are or what you are. I will be your friend. But these black people behind us, first of all, they were chewing so loudly. It was literally like they were leaning forward and chewing in our ears. And okay, maybe that's just how they chew. Whatever, when the movie starts, I won't hear their chewing. I'll be too focused in on the movie. Soon as the movie starts, they're already commenting about it. And it's just the opening credits. Like, what are you doing? Stop talking about it. They're like, oh yeah, DC, Marvel, yeah, comics are so cool. Really? We know it's a comic movie. We heard and read the name of the movie when it was called and when we purchased our tickets, or in our case got our tickets for free, because we worked there. Well, I worked there. And I'm like, this is going to be a long movie if these people keep talking. Luckily, it wasn't me that complained about them, it was someone else. But still, like, that's pretty obnoxious. And again, these two black women were in front of us. They were a little tipsy. They had been drinking quite a few drinks during the first, what was supposed to be the first showing. So by this time they were pretty intoxicated. And they kept screaming at the screen, like, throughout the entire movie. And I'm just like, oh, I already have a headache. I'm sticky from having soda on me. I'm pissed off because my coworkers were talking about me. I got even more pissed off because this creepy guy kept freaking trying to sit next to me. And then had the audacity to call me out when I got him kicked out. I have obnoxious people behind me. And now I have you two girls in front of me yelling and screaming and pretty much calling each other whores and bitches. What does it have to do with my movie? Like, I know it's not every movie that I go to. I have been to movie screenings where everything is fine, everything's peachy, nothing goes wrong. But then you have those nights where it's like, everything that can go wrong, goes wrong. All at once. Like a huge clusterfuck explosion. So, we're finally almost through the movie. And this one girl is like, oh damn, man, I just peed. Like, really loudly. Thank God the seats were leather and, like, coated with shit. So that... And I'm glad that I wasn't working that night, because I would have hated to clean that up. I would have been so pissed off if I had to clean up someone else's pee. That is disgusting. And what do you know? It's one of the two girls that were drunk. Oh joy! And the people behind us were talking throughout the entire movie. And I asked them a few times, I was like, excuse me, can you please be quiet? Like, I'm here to see the movie. Like, I don't have a lot of days off. I would like to see this movie in peace. And then they just talked louder. Like, when it's me and just like two other people in the theater, and we all like are cool with it, I'll joke around about the movie and stuff. But like, if the other person in the theater asked me to be quiet, I would stop talking. I might snicker at some of the things that were popping in my head, but I would stop talking. And they just talked louder into my ear. So, I had a headache by the end of the night, to say the least. And the credits are finally coming, and I'm sitting in on waiting because I know that there's always something at the end of the credits. And I'm just hoping that the people behind me and the black girls in front of us leave. Because, like, I don't think I'd be able to sit through an entire credit to see what's after it with these people. So the people behind us leave, thank God. But it's like the women in the front don't even realize that the movie is over. Like, they weren't even paying attention to the movie the entire time. Like, why did you even pick this movie to go to if you weren't even interested in watching it at all? At all. Like, if you're not even aware that the movie's ended, that clearly means that you weren't watching the movie at all. So why did you even pick this movie to go see? Why didn't you go see Magic Mike or something like that you can actually go and be yourself? So at the end of the night, my head was throbbing. I was sticky and annoyed. I had to take a shower. So that was my worst movie experience ever. So, just thought I would let you know what that was like.